Chairman Levin, members of the committee, thank you for hosting this hearing today and for honoring all members of the reserve component. The Enlisted Association of the National Guard of the United States is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to promoting the status, welfare, and professionalism of the enlisted members of the National Guard. And our association has long believed the members of this committee have been instrumental in protecting, supporting, and honoring the service and sacrifice of the National Guard by ensuring they receive the benefits they have earned and that these benefits remain protected. Since the inception of the Service Member Readjustment Act in 1944, which has become known as the first GI Bill, education and health benefits have made it possible for generations of veterans to succeed in growing their careers, providing for their families, and has allowed them to continue to give back to their communities. As education and health benefits have evolved over the years, so too has the role of the National Guard within the uniformed service. We are now at the fourth iteration of the National Guard. Starting with its historical inception of citizen soldiers, we evolved from an all-volunteer force in the 1970s and further integrated with the active component, becoming a ready reserve in the 1980s. After September 11th, the National Guard again changed to become an operational reserve with larger and more frequent deployments. Today, with Guard 4.0, individual soldier readiness has become paramount, with increased obligations for the National Guard service members to maintain their health, knowledge, and training at a pace rivaling active duty components. As a result, members of the National Guard have been protecting our nation and our interests equally with the active component, and often at a significantly less cost to this country. However, this comes with a significant high price for our warfighters and the communities that support them. That price has been paid in the form of increased difficulty accruing benefits, difficulty in accessing mental health protections, and difficulty in navigating the bureaucracy of the Department of Veteran Affairs. This includes the weakening of USERRA protections to secure their livelihoods and not qualifying for SCRA protections when an emergency strikes and we are called upon to serve. Today we are here to highlight an idea that we wholeheartedly believe in. That is, every day in uniform counts. Regardless of what orders you're on, regardless of whether you're drilling or training or serving on the border, if you're serving in uniform, you should be eligible and accruing benefits just like active duty counterparts. Unfortunately, we hear from our members that parity issues are drastically impacting the force. And as we speak, thousands of National Guard service members are fulfilling their duties in responding to a national emergency declared by President Trump. These men and women serving on the border are responding to a federal call to action made specifically by the Commander-in-Chief. And still, the vast majority of these service members are unable to earn the same federal benefits as their active duty counterparts, even though they are performing similar duties in similar locations. Service members from various states around the country, and possibly the districts you represent, are working side by side to fulfill the same federal mission, but are being treated differently than their brothers and sisters on active duty. These men and women are serving our country, but current loopholes and iniquities keep our country from serving them. Under the current law, many will not achieve veteran status. Few will earn GI Bill eligibility they deserve, and some will have no access to VA care. The definition and status of a veteran, regardless of what type of orders we serve under, must be addressed, especially as we deal with the epidemic of suicide amongst our service members. Members of the committee, today, 20 veterans will commit suicide. 5 out of 20 will be from the reserve component, and 3 of those 5 will have never been placed on active duty orders. But all have served, all have trained, and every one of them wore the uniform with pride, and yet they have no direct access to mental health care at the VA. Why? That's because they've been denied these benefits from the start, and something has to change. We all wear the uniform with pride. Every day in uniform counts. I look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Elkins.